I'm going to show you exactly how SEO audit tools work in real time. Let's roll. Okay. SEO audit tools get referenced constantly in marketing conversations, right? Practice owners get them. They have no idea what's happening. Agencies use them. They generate reports with scores and red flags, recommendations. Nobody actually explains how they work. Now I'm going to tell you from the horse's mouth, let's go, right? I think it really matters because once you understand what's happening inside the tool, you'll know exactly what to ignore, what to call out as being fake, and what to actually focus on. So let me actually show you the machine. So here's how an SEO tool audit works, okay? So here's what it does. So an automated bot gets sent by this automated tool like SEMrush, or you could even use Claude, for example. And it basically looks at your website. The crawler makes an HTTP request from your homepage, the same kind of request your browser makes when you type in a website like www. Okay, URL. Your server responds. The crawler receives an HTML of the page, all right? Then it follows all the links in that page. It crawls them to your about page, your service page, team page, contact page, and does the same thing, requesting those HTMLs on every single page, same thing again and again and again. It's trying to understand your page and your website and collecting raw data from every single page. And the entire process can take anywhere from 30 seconds to a few minutes, depending on your site. Small site, less time. Big site, more time. A fully automated bot, you don't do anything. You just click a button, it does it all for you. All right? So once a crawler actually collected the raw data, it now takes the data and runs it through a set of rules or parameters. A rule set is exactly what it sounds like, right? It's a list of technical best practices that are drawn from Google's publicly documented guidelines and other things and it compares your site against those rules. For example, do you have, like, the best practice might be H tags, a certain number of H tags per page. It will compare that rule set against your site. If your site doesn't have that, it will flag it as an issue, right? Now, other things like does the site have a meta title, a title for the crawlers and Google to look at and to rank your site on? Is it under 60 characters? Does it contain the target keyword? Is the page loading really quickly? Are there broken links? Really, is the message missing? And all tons of stuff like that. Very technical. You get a pass-fail on every single one of those rules. And then if you fail enough times, you lose your score goes down. Win enough times, your score goes up, right? But you have to understand the actual rule set, right? The rule stick is static, meaning it doesn't actually have context into anything other than whether you hit the rule or not. It looks at binaries, it doesn't look at context. And again, that sounds like a fluffy sort of thing, but it doesn't know your market. It doesn't know your strategy. It doesn't know what keywords you're targeting and what campaigns you're running. It doesn't really tell you anything about that. It doesn't tell you how the results are. Could be you're missing tons of stuff. I know a website in a space that ranks #1 for its keyword. It's making hundreds of millions a year and the website looks like trash and the site is slow, right? So it's comparing yours, again, the context matters, but it's better than all the other sites in its niche, right? So your ABA is evaluated against the same rule sheet as every other site on the internet. And guess what? ABA, very different than selling socks online, obviously. So here's the part that most people don't actually understand. There's a hard technical boundary, a limit on what an actual automated report crawler can see. It can read the HTML that you see on your website. That's it, nothing more, right? It can't see your Google Search Console data. It doesn't show you what Google's actually ranking you for, what your click-through rates are, how many searches you're appearing in, and how the actual pages are performing. That's a real deficiency. It can't see your full backlink profile. It can pull a partial picture from its own database, but it doesn't actually show you what Google's looking at. You can tell from your own Search Console, but it really can't see your Google Business Profile signals, citations, authority. Those are really important for an ABA practice. Google Business Profile is essential for you as an ABA practice owner because parents look for those real businesses that are listed there. And also it's way easier to rank your Google Business Profile than a website. It's just much faster. So anyway, Google, like these search tools, these free tools, third-party tools, can't tell you whether a page is actively ranking and driving traffic. Think of it this way. An MRI can show you bone density and tissue structure. It's helpful to diagnose issues sometimes, right? But an MRI can't tell you the context of the person that would determine other factors. Can't tell you whether the person in the scanner runs marathons. eats well, or recovers quickly from injuries. So that context is outside what the machine can see. An SEO audit tool is the same. It's useful for what it can measure, but it doesn't provide context of how the business is actually doing as a direct result from SEO. When you look at any audit report, every flag falls into three things. Bucket 1, urgent, fix now. Bucket 2, background noise. Bucket 3, context dependent, right? So there's certain issues, like if your website's too slow, that's bucket 1. If your pages don't exist on Google, that's also bucket 1. Fix that stuff now, right? Fix it immediately. Bucket 2 are things that are background noise. The report will say it's an issue, but it's not going to actually materially prevent people from getting to your site, right? So it's like missing alt text. Meta descriptions are too long. H2 tags are in the wrong order. Will that help make your business better? Potentially, but maybe not. It will probably, but there are bigger fires that I'm sure you have to fix within your SEO. Those issues in bucket 2 are background noise. You can work on them, but make sure bucket 1 is fixed first. Bucket 3 is dependent on context. It could be more than bucket 1. Could be more important, could be less important. It depends on context. So you have to actually understand your industry in order to understand whether these are issues or not. If a page is not ranking for a keyword that the tool recommends, that might be an irrelevant keyword. It might be the most important keyword. You have to really put on your ABA therapy, hat or healthcare hat to understand your niche, apply it to this, right? Low domain authority compared to a competitor. Is it relevant if you rank number 1 for a term in your market? Domain authority can help, but if you're ranking number 1, it might not be the most important thing, okay? Because domain authority is overall, not on specific, it's overall, but for there's certain keywords, you might have a super high relative domain authority. So these are issues that you need to discuss with whoever manages your SEO and not act randomly and quickly based on whoever sends you a report. Bucket 3 really could be important or not important depending on the context. So after everything I walked through, here basically are the things that are missing from almost every single automated SEO report, or SEO audit rather. How many families contacted your practice from organic search? You need to check your CRM. There are more things you need to do there. Not impressions, not domain authority, not a list of keyword scores, but who found you on Google and called or submitted a form. That number is in your Google, a combination of looking at Google Search Console as well as mapping that to your actual CRM and seeing. Not a tool that just spent 60 seconds crawling your HTML. All right, start there. Look at the business outcome. If you don't have tracking, get tracking implemented. If you do have tracking, figure out, hey, am I actually getting results from this? If I am, okay, where do we need to improve? Do the results that the SEO audit is telling me I'm getting correlate with the reality? If it's saying, hey, you're getting some lead, or you're missing all these things and you're not getting calls, and hey, yeah, fix them, let's go. But if you're not, probably not an issue. But you need to really look at this holistically overall. So if you want an actual look into whether this is moving the needle, whether your SEO is working, you need to look at your Search Console data, real rankings, lead attribution from organic, actual kids in the door from your SEO. This is exactly what I walk everyone through on free strategy calls. Link in the description, 20 seconds to book. Check us out every week for new content. Have a great day.